and welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast, the number one place for your hunting, fishing and country sports stories from around the world. Stick on the kettle, crack open a beer, pull up the feet, relax and enjoy. Hello, and welcome back to episode 122 of the Irish Hunting Podcast, Tourists and Trophies. This week, it's all about field sports tourism and the benefits to the rural economy. We share a hunt with Norman from Irish Safaris, and we have a pit stop in the Brewstop Cafe in Hackettstown, where we chat with Danielle, a local entrepreneur, about the benefits that she sees from hunting tourism. This episode of the podcast was brought to you by Game Cooling Ireland for all your game cooling needs. For more details, visit gamecooling.ie. Enjoy this one, folks. And we're up with the Mr. Norman Mulvany. This is my first time actually meeting. We've talked many times.
We've spoken on the phone a good bit,
yeah. But first time coming face to face. I think many moons ago, Brenny was up here with you.
I nearly killed him on that hill, by the way.
Up this hill here, is it?
Yeah, that's where we're going now.
Yeah. So you're going to try and kill me this morning?
We're fogged out on the far side, so we're going to try here this morning instead.
Yeah, we went up to one side of the hill here, and it's a lovely crisp morning, but on one side it's fairly fogged.
It's just like a different zone. It's just like there's no fog.
Two different worlds.
It's just one big wall of fog.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but
so you're gonna put our paces up here.
We're gonna try anyway. That's the main thing.
I'm only in bed now, about an hour.
I don't care. I don't care.
You're not really simply, no. Can we not go an easy route?
No. 1 hour sleep is all we need.
That's not all we need. I'd have it no other way. No, we're delighted you come back on, Norman, and I'm delighted to be able to come up here finally and see what it's all about.
Yep.
We're going to be talking a little bit later on about hunting tourism, the benefits and all the what would you say, the financial inputs, the economic inputs to the towns and villages around, and employment that you bring, and as do many people around the country like yourself, because I think it's an important thing to look at. Hunting is not just like myself and Rob's in the back here as well. He's been my rubbing my back all the way up here, but
it's not just recreational either. I mean, there's also the commercial side of things. Which no one sees, unfortunately.
Yeah. And look, we'll shed a light on that this morning, and hopefully we're going to be talking to somebody maybe in the cafe.
We're speaking with Danielle, who owns the cafe back in the village.
Yeah, nice little village.
Brewstop Cafe. Yeah, so we'll get some breakfast there later on. We'll have the coffee. We'll have a little bit of a giggle with her.
Up here, tell us where are we going to attack here?
We're going to attack here because we're coming into the end of the season as such.
Yeah.
I call it the old season, like it's gone now. So this is just like our new season. So back into springtime. So a lot of it, the farmland animals have gone completely nocturnal.
Yeah.
Or just aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Woodland animals are gone completely nocturnal.
Okay.
We're going to come back into the early season time again for us now. So the hills are the only area that we're actually getting any results. Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying just on the way up here, the temperature obviously last week was 15, 16
Yeah,
degrees.
we've gone like from 2 degrees to 4 degrees from maybe like 4 weeks ago up to like 14, like 16 degrees now.
Yeah.
Which really, really affects like the hunting in a big way.
Yeah. So we're hoping, look, we're
hoping to go onto the hill. If like we see one.
If we don't, we don't.
If we don't, we don't. So we're going to walk I'd be aiming for about 40 kilometres this morning, Italy.
I'll catch you on the way back,
yeah,
lads, all right? Have you got a backpack for me, though?
And a medivac coming out somewhere. Yeah,
exactly. So we're going to get out now, and we're going to be dipping in and out. Hopefully when we come back off the hill in a few kilometres, we'll have another chat, see how we get on, and we'll talk.
Are you really hanging?
I'm in that zone where it hasn't hit me yet. You know that one?
Yeah, so, just like the fog is there still, but you know what's going to come shortly.
Haze of mellow at the minute, but I'm pretty sure my stomach is going to be introduced to my mouth now shortly up here.
Jesus
but anyway,
Christ.
Look, we'll get through that. So without further ado, lads, let's get onto the hill.
Let's do a bit of hunting.
and we're back in the van. That was very enjoyable. Not just the stock, but the weather, the scenery. You've a beautiful spot here, Norman. Yeah, talk us through from the start, because there was a whiteout in the first portion.
So the plan was we're going to stalk one hill that would be adjacent to where we went, and we couldn't with the fog, which was a big disappointment for me. So option 2 was onto this other hill. Well, we stalked up as it was getting bright. We seen a hind and a calf, and as happened with Seeker normally, they just vanished. We've no idea where they went. We looked high and low, they were gone. We crossed out over one side of the hill up into the next area. Seen no animals. A lot of fog was also on the way up to us, and we said, right, that's it, over. Let's go for breakfast. We're coming back down, and we just happened to see one antler just coming out of the trees. We said, right, let's just wait and see what happens. And 268 metres on the sticks, he stepped out. It was a perfect shot into the shoulder. He went about, what did he go about?
It's only 20 or 30 yards.
That's all. He stumbled and just down in the bracken. So we've a really good 8-pointer shot.
Yeah, and I'm over the moon with it. I didn't even actually see him at the start. You spotted him.
270 with the blazer.
You can't beat it.
Beat the blazer, lads.
I'm coming.
Anthony has been converted also, I believe.
Yeah. Just on that, Norman, talk us through some of the kit and equipment that you use that you just couldn't do without.
Well, everyone knows that I'm a big fan of the Hercules clothing, which you've seen this morning, where so the Forest Hunter GTX in the pants and jacket, my Hercules gaiters, my knife is from Revenant. Everyone knows what these knives.
I didn't know. I've seen them, right?
Yeah.
I've seen you putting up a thing, but I've never actually held one.
Yeah.
They're actually very impressive.
They're a really, really good blade. Like my Leica binoculars, like the ABG of it, which you actually were really impressed. I think both you guys were.
Yeah.
Just like the extra features that were like other than just like your angle shot, like the click value, but also for for like a GPS thing where if like you can't find your animal, it's automatically logged into like a Leica app.
And I need that, right? Because I really struggle with marking. So I can shoot something and then head off in a different direction, don't I?
It's such like an advancement, like in optics, where you've gone from just like a basic, just like normal glass into this, and now it's gone even further again. So like uphill shots, like your inclines, everything is there. But also for like a true like a click value off of your Leica into like a Leica scope, everything works as it should. So like this morning, like for you on think on your one this morning.
I didn't see it. You were using the binos.
So I was getting like for 7 clicks.
Yeah.
Which was actually right.
And it was spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I noticed about the Leicas in comparison to other ones is the speed that it reports back your distance.
It's so fast.
So fast, and a non-reflective.
Because you have to also remember, like, it was actually Leica were like the founding fathers of every distance on like a rangefinder.
Yeah.
So even like for engineers on the building sites, it's all Leica.
Yeah.
So that's why it's obviously the best. Like the founder of this were Leica, no one else.
I think they're the pinnacle of the laser tape
100%. It's so bloody fast.
Yeah.
You can see it there this morning.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you just couldn't do without? Don't say the blazer. Everyone knows the blazer.
Everyone knows the blazer. Yeah, I mean, like without like the optics like we're using off Leica, of course, like I'm getting like sponsored off Leica, the Hercules to all of the clothing range. So like without all that stuff, I'm not saying that we couldn't do it, but it's a huge help for us.
Yeah.
Every day, because I brought this like every single day. It's wouldn't be like it's like only like fucking like once a week. We're at this every single day, so we need the best.
We talked about that on the hill. So me and Anto are hobbyist hunters, let's call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in the commercial aspect of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that would be for us out every day, all weather conditions, weather dependent,
That's
how the deer react.
out there, but all of the rain for the last like 8 weeks here, they've got like the floods, like the rain, the wind, it just never let up, and we had to get this done.
Yeah.
But we don't see it as a job.
You just love
which
it.
Is like strange, like to say, where if you're in like an office, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong there, but if I was in an office, I wouldn't be able to handle that kind of like pressure being in. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I've done factory work also, but like for us, even though it is a job, it's not a job. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
We just love getting up every morning like at 4:30, heading out on them hills. It's don't know what's it's like
Soothing.
I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
nearly
don't
like a
know
collar.
if it's a calling for us, but it's our way of
It
life. It's all that we understand now. There's nothing that would ever come near that for us.
Probably keeps your mind.
It keeps our minds open. I mean, there's a lot of like stress, obviously, doing this every day, because like you're picking like different areas to hunt. Like each hunter like ability like is different, like fitness wise, age wise, male or female. So we have to like adapt, to, like
To the,
like
to
all
the
their
hunter
needs
themselves.
also.
I will say you have some pace going uphill. You're like a mountain goat.
I'm normally slated now with the guides because every week we get someone saying that we're called like a mountain goat. So Willie is the mountain goat, Norman's the mountain goat, Ocean is the goat. Ocean is like younger than Ocean, like half my age, my son, and he's as fit as I am. Ocean would leave me for dead. Well, like he
Don't
can
tell him
try.
that. Don't
He can
tell him
try, but he is very, very fit. But I mean, like I'm 48 now, and I can still do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was showing you that my Garmin like insights like this morning. So from the end of August until now, I've done nearly 4 million steps.
That's
and
crazy.
just shy of, I think it was like 2,000 miles, and that's not walking on just like a treadmill or on like a football pitch. It's just flat or like a garden park. That's hills, woodland, up and down
Completely
through
different.
bogs and like
Like,
undulating surfaces.
I can see by your physique that you train,
Yeah.
but let's say in the gym doesn't have a patch on.
No,
that
I mean,
hill.
I'd be big into the weights, but it's just, it'd be like a foundation for this. But you're not going to get fit unless you're on the hill.
Yeah.
You can do all day on the treadmill, whatever. It won't get you ready for the hill. This is different, as you've seen, like extra weight on your body, like extra clothes, heavier boots, like a backpack, like a framework and all that adds on to the weight.
I knew you were trying to do it on purpose as well. You were pushing on ahead of me there because everyone knew I was dying. So the two boys were just starting to sprint.
We wanted the alcohol explosion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but in fairness, now it's worked. It's gone. So, but that's fuel for the soul up there. We went up here this morning just at first light, and you could see the light breaking over the hill. I mean, that's one.
You've got to like appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't just get the hell out of your house because you're not in with nature. If you can't like appreciate everything this morning, there's something wrong.
There's something wrong, yeah.
There's something seriously wrong. Like you're lacking in life in a big way. And not because you're not like hunting animals, but if you can't go out on a hill, like this morning's view, and if you can't like appreciate that, well then there's something wrong with your mind.
Yeah.
In a serious way.
We had actually, because we thought the hunt was over essentially, you know, because we were watching the hind down below, and we were kind of coming up over the other hill to try and get a peep at her, and we kind of consigned ourselves. The hunt is over, and that was, but there was none of us sad. We were all. It's
hunting, it's not shooting. It's like when I'm fishing, it's not catching.
Yeah.
I mean, you're up against nature. Like you're out with nature.
It shouldn't be easy.
You've no idea what's going to be there. None. You don't know when it's going to happen, and your hunt is not over until you're back in the vehicle.
Yeah.
And we've made this mistake so many times years ago where you think that nothing's going to happen. So like you unload the weapon, you put it over your shoulder, and you just walk by them with like your head down, and you're completely just like you're disappointed. And next thing then it can happen like that.
Yeah, I'm going to question it. I didn't think it was 268 metres, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. All right, so off the sticks. That's about as much praise as he's getting. But a nice stag, and thank you very much for bringing us out. We're going to talk a little bit about, I suppose, because you were talking there, like the gear that you have. It's not. You have some affiliations with some of the brands. Yeah, but aside from that, Norman, like this is. We both mentioned it here. People will always say, like, I'm sure we're in Ireland, so there's going to be a begrudger somewhere that said, oh, this man's charging this and he's cleaning up and all that kind of stuff. And I absolutely did, like...
I think that's in every walk of life.
Our sport is not a cheap one to be in. Do you know what I'm saying? No matter what you're doing. No. But there's another side to it. Like, we're sitting in a vehicle here that's fully stacked with gear that you have to have for your...
Yeah. It's muddy, it's not clean, it hasn't been valeted, it's
well worked. It's well worked.
Sticky sweets somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, but this is what we do. We're not going to change that. It's not like a false image. We're not going to have like a vehicle completely validated every morning for a hunter. That's not because if we did, it would be like a false image.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Like there's even looking right now, just under like the storage there, it's covered in cow shit.
Yeah. But look, that's but what I'm saying is, like, there's these vehicles have to be ran. You have a couple of guides working for you.
Yeah.
How many people do you have in total?
There will be 6 involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my wife is at the company secretary. My sons will be guiding for me, and then we have like all of like our contractors also. That will be coming in guiding for me also. So we are quite busy, and I mean, there's a massive financial outlay for this. People don't see that. The thing is, like, you go onto Instagram or onto Facebook, and you see like a hunting client with me or one of the guides with like a nice picture. They're thinking, "Wow, this looks easy," and all this money been made. It couldn't be further from the truth. There's such a financial outlay in this, like from land rental, like from wheelchair, like from landowners. Like the vehicle cost, as you said, your taxes, everything, and when all that is like added up.
Yeah, well, like we're sitting here, you're after breaking a spring because this.
I broke a leaf spring. Yeah.
Yeah, this is mountain conditions. You're up and down.
Yeah.
You know, the back roads of. So that's not going to be cheap to fix.
We're not in it for the money for one thing, because if we were,
you'd be out fairly quick.
Yeah. It's just like for the love of this that we do this.
Yeah.
It's not for the kill. It's not. It's just everything, like this morning's view. So all of that combined, like, you've a recipe there for something really, really good. Well,
I suppose, look, we're impartial. What would you say to the people that say, you know, commercial hunting, you know, like we do have probably a new hunting or a very short hunting history in this country in terms of our new history. So guiding is probably relatively new, isn't it? Like
it is. I mean, it's always going to be kept under wraps in this country, because like, we're seeing it's been doing something wrong, that it's morally wrong, which it isn't. That's your opinion. The biggest issue that, like, I've always seen is, so if I went to like renew like my house insurance or like a vehicle insurance policy, and like if I go online, so when you're asked for like profession, so when you go from A to Z or A to Z, there's like an abattoir, there's like a forest, there's like a flower, there's a banker, there's a carpenter. What I'm doing doesn't actually exist as a profession, which is completely wrong.
Yeah. It's mad.
It doesn't exist. I mean, there's like a gamekeeper. I'm not a gamekeper.
Yeah.
I'm a hunting guide.
Yeah.
But it's not in the system.
Yeah.
No, it is under like the revenue system. Like my books, obviously, like it's down there because I can nominate that title. But it's not down as a profession in this country. You can be a fisherman, you can be a gamekeeper.
Yeah.
But you can't be like a hunting guide.
But look at all those. I suppose there's tax and insurance being paid on vehicles. There's tax being paid on.
There's a massive business policy also for liability.
Yeah, that's insurance.
That's quite high for us.
I would imagine
it's stupidly high what you pay.
Yeah, and then you've obviously you're bringing people over into the country who are spending money, you know, who are coming over, and sometimes with their spouses or their kids.
So if you look at the chain of events or like a cycle for like the revenues side of things, so from like the initial booking that we get through like an email, say, once that booking confirmed, that starts like a financial chain of things, so like a deposit is paid. So then I start booking like the accommodations. So they're booking their flights. And this is all going back in like to the exchequer somewhere. And like the permits, that's like €40 a pop for every single client that's coming in every year. I'm going to
fix this because I have a funny feeling that
your beard is rubbing off.
Beard is going to give me loads of interference. So I'm going to hold it for you.
Yeah, so like you're going for like the booking first, so like a deposit, airlines, and like the accommodation, and like a non-resident permits, and then you have like a chain of events after, like when they arrive in the country, either like a taxi, hired car. That's more like out there to the country. You have the bars, you have the restaurants, you have the supermarket, you have the pharmacies, and all that adds up.
Accommodation.
Yeah. So every day, all these people be eating in like the local, like the cafe, you know, up at the Brewstop. So like Danielle, she's getting her share then of all this. So every business is actually benefiting, and yet we get slated because they were doing this.
And we're going to actually have a chance to talk to that lady now in a few minutes, and see her perspective on it.
Yeah.
How many, don't answer how many clients that come through, but how busy would you be? Are you out every day during the season?
We're very, very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine the turnover that the local economy is seeing.
It's huge, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone is doing well. Irish safari will be very, very like appreciated in the village, which we are. It's been like acknowledged every week to us. It's not like it's like a one-man show. There's like a team of us.
Yeah.
So it's not like me. It's myself, it's my family, it's like the guides, everyone's involved. It's just like a team thing. So like without them, we wouldn't have this.
Yeah.
And then like in return, if we had like the accommodation or the bars or the restaurants, then I couldn't care like for my guests either. So everyone helping in this business.
Yeah, yeah.
Not just me, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I am like the face of Irish safaris.
But the whole town is sort of helping out.
Everyone's helping me also, from like from family members, like my wife especially, and then run down along everyone else. So everyone is,
Yeah, deadly.
And there's obviously then the spin-off. There's the gun shops. People come over here and
there's another one. They're looking to go to gun shops. They're looking to buy equipment here, and there's like taxidermists.
Yeah.
And you could rattle this off
all
all day.
This off for a long time, but yet people don't ever see that.
No,
and
you have dogs.
Yeah,
the dogs
like
need veterinary
bills,
bills, food, all of that.
Stuff like that. And I mean, you're getting people saying, "Oh, these guys are making a fortune." No, we're not making a fortune. Like we do well out of this.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's like the perception is far actually greater than what we actually do.
Yeah.
There's like a perception.
As novice shooters, I would have, when I first started deer shooting, now it's a good few years ago, but I would have been looking at people who had huge swathes of land. I never thought about the commercial side.
Yeah.
So I was sort of naive in my way of thinking, sure, these lads are swallowing that. But what I see today is you need that.
We need it and more.
And more.
Yeah,
and,
a lot more.
And for listeners who don't know, Norman actually, the hill that we were supposed to go to, he actually cut back on shooting on that hill this morning so we would have a better chance.
But let it rest for the week.
Let it rest, which we really do appreciate.
And then weather, of course, dictated otherwise, but that's how it goes. But yeah, I think just something you were touching over, like the commercial side of things, I can remember when you advertised this on Instagram or up on like Facebook.
Yeah.
They were getting some comments over the commercial shoots were wrong.
Yeah.
But yet they can't give an answer that's actually viable, because if you're just like a hobby hunter or just like a recreational stalker, how will you ever get any numbers like down in your area? If you're working in like a bank all week or wherever you do, so your stalking is very limited to the weekends. Then you have like a wife and kids maybe, so your stalking is even more limited.
Could be one day a week, max.
If you're lucky to do that.
Yeah.
And then you have these guys saying that we only shoot for the pot. This typical Irish thing where we only shoot for the pot. How many deer can you possibly eat every month for the pot?
One a month.
So
max.
one a month. So if you're hunting for the pot, you're hunting maybe 8 deer max a year. How is that ever going to make any number drop down? And then you have it's like, fucking like outcry over numbers rising up, population growth.
On that, are you seeing that?
No.
You're not seeing a growth?
No, I'm seeing a massive decline.
In all areas or just the hills?
In all areas.
All areas?
Yeah. I think there's been a big song and dance by people that are sitting all day at like a laptop. We won't mention a name here, but the instigator of all this numbers rising, everyone knows who I'll be actually talking about. He's never held like a firearms license, never hunted deer. Okay, he's a dairy farmer, and he was the one that got like the ball spinning on this. I wouldn't say a roll, and he spun the ball so fast for other gains. Okay,
I actually don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to tell me off air. All right.
Yeah, for other gains with the department, and all of a sudden this guy is forming all these units all over Ireland. This guy had never hunted in his life. He was invited to like a farm in Cork to look at all the damage in the area, okay? And he still wouldn't acknowledge he didn't know what you were talking about. But for some reason, with politics and obviously like a clique of people, it's like who you know in this country, all this suddenly just was born out of any,
Well, look, I know it's the buzzword at the minute. Deer is and culling and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I suppose, look, that's and I wanted to probably jump in terms of the one for the pot hunter. It's my belief that there's room for everyone. There's room for the pot
everyone to
hunter.
do this.
There's room for hobbyists like myself
but
and
you
Robert.
can't slate anyone that's like at it every day.
Sure, how could we slate commercial shooters when we travel to other countries and we use commercial
I've done it
shooters?
all over Europe. I've travelled to like America doing this, and it's such a big thing in every country, like for tourism. But for some reason in Ireland, it's wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be getting sponsored. You shouldn't be taking them people into our country after our deer. But yet those same people go to their country for like a sporting holiday or for like a sun holiday.
Well, Norm, I'm just going to say there, like this morning, if I don't care who you are or where you're from, but if you're a tourist coming over and you're going up on that hill there this morning, by God, you're going to see some part of Ireland it's some scenery, isn't it?
That's unseen. That's not your typical holiday going to Kerry or Waterford for Kilkenny or to anywhere for just like a sun holiday. It's not. Yeah, it's like angered me because we're still in like the limelight as they've been evil and sick and you're cruel, and we're not sick, we're not evil, we're not cruel.
No.
Do you know? I mean, our numbers are not increased in our area.
No. And I don't know, but from what I seen today, we seen 3 there, and that's a good bit of
I met
walking.
one of the guys from like a DMU. He actually wanted to meet me, and we had a discussion. It was like amicable. There was no like badness there with like either of us. He explained his like opinions. I gave my opinions, and he knows. I mean, like where I'm coming from. We're out here every day doing this, so we don't need anyone here because we're keeping those numbers down massively, as you have seen this morning.
Yeah,
They're not there that much.
I would have expected on those hillsides, to even the surrounding hillsides that you don't have, I would have expected to see or be an out the glass.
Yeah, you would have
big
maybe
numbers.
like 2 weeks ago, but now we're coming back into like a warmer period again. Deer start like retracting back into the different areas where like there's also like lots of like grass grow. I don't have any issue with anyone doing what they want to do, because we know in our areas that we're keeping like our own numbers down, and that's how it'll always stay that way. Like each side to their own, really. On this one, it's I'm not going to slay anyone for doing what they want to do. If it's all about board, if it's legal and recognised, there's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that anyone can do.
Yeah. Well, from my perspective, I had a great hunt, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, like it was nice getting out.
Yeah.
I was just pissed off over the first hill with the fog, because that's where I wanted the fibres to be.
Yeah.
But that happens. There's nothing. This is weather.
That's hunting.
Like we get guys coming in like week in, week out. No, when we booked the hunt, you didn't tell me it'd be foggy or raining. I'm not like the weatherman.
Yeah.
I'm not Gandalf. I can't wave that magic wand and say fog vanish.
Yeah.
This is hunting, and in Ireland, Irish weather is so bloody unpredictable, like Scotland.
Here's one that's going to put you on the spot now, right?
Yeah.
Your favourite nationality to come over, if you had to pick one.
Like a person.
No. Just nationality. For the crack, for whatever your own personal reasons. Or you can decline.
Oh, God.
Right, go on, leave it.
I love hunting with Norwegians.
They're good, are they?
Yeah, they're fast.
Okay.
They're able to adapt to what we do from hunting reindeer. I mean, every nationality is different. Like their hunting habits are different than us, so we have to take that into account. The English are really easy to hunt with.
I suppose there's no language barrier there.
There's no language barrier. Their land could be similar if you're up in the Highlands of Scotland hunting, wherever. Danish hunters are also very good. Sometimes they have this like perception that it's going to be completely flat like in Denmark.
Okay.
So we have to explain, no, you're in Ireland, it can be very, very wet and swampy, hill ground. German hunters can be a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
Over like a language barrier and over because all their hunts is based obviously off like a driven
and tree stand.
It's
stands,
a lot different
yeah.
hunt. So ours is completely like your everyday, like you walk, you glass. We're not up in like a tree stand.
Yeah.
I mean, I have fun with everyone. Like we've had like females this year, like Andrea from Norway, really good hunter. I don't say huntress because I hate that word.
Yeah.
It's the most diabolical word that was ever contrived for hunting industry. Because for one thing, you've got all this thing over like feminism, that they want to be equal and recognised as equal in like the hunting industry. So why do you want to be called a huntress? You're a hunter.
I'm not getting into this.
You're a hunter with me.
Reverse. Yeah, I'm going to give this mic to Anto. Hold on.
With me, you're a hunter. You're not going to be treated any differently. If you're a woman or a male, you're hunting, you're going to get dirty and bloodied. That's what you're going to do with me.
Yeah.
You're not a huntress. You're not like a queen. You're hunting with me.
Yeah.
You're a hunter. I mean, I've had so much fun this year. We had Johanna from France, a really good hunter also. Andrea, we've had Isabel. We've had really good females this year that can hunt.
Yeah.
And we've had so much fun with all these hunting. Steph, of course, she's only coming back.
When's Steph coming back?
I would imagine this year also. It's just like every nationality is different, and you know people that have really got a deep passion for getting on those hills. And you see it in their faces every day with us.
Look, we were up there. There wasn't a minute there we weren't smiling or laughing or having a bit of a natter about
we
something.
were just after leaving back a Norwegian couple. Euler's been here. This was his fourth time in Ireland, and his wife, only recently married. Her name was Siri. She hunted with my son all week. Now, Siri has only been hunting for the last 3 years, so very little experience. And by God, could she hunt this week? She took one big stag and also 5 or 6 of hinds, and she got 4 foxes. And Ocean said he had never seen someone to shoot as fast and to adapt
as quickly
to our nature. So I mean, she was good.
Yeah, and I suppose that's the thing when you were mentioning
helps.
the different nationalities and stuff. Obviously, they're coming over here with shooting experience, or whatever. But it is different here. Like this land is different.
It's different
You
land.
don't know their level of shooting.
Yeah,
it's different shooting over a tower. You've got all like the time in the world. If you're in Germany, you can watch your animals approach for like a long way, and you can get ready. Here it's different, as you've seen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you guys also doing your own hunting.
Yeah.
This is different. Over little bun ditches, over drains, into brambles, into the gorse and the briars and cow shit. It's all, everything is there.
Like we've hunted obviously in Hungary and the UK so far, and like that, both of them have different challenges. But I think here with the weather that we have, especially up in Wicklow,
It's the ultimate challenge.
with the ground we have, like we're walking across there and we're going to our knees and in bog and drains and there's worse than that. I know. So like it's a unique set of.
And that wasn't. I mean, that was like okay this morning, but are you taking like rain and wind and fog and cold like into that weather?
That becomes
hell then. For us.
Yeah. So
I mean, we've got it for the last like 8 weeks in some pretty nasty weather, high wind, really bad rain and floods, and we had to we just had to go out there and do it.
The last thing I'm going to ask you, because obviously I've mine ordered now, because I'm the only man in the Jeep here without a blazer at the minute. But what round are you shooting, or what's your preferential? What's your go-to round?
I love my 270.
So like
I was 6.5 in a PRC. I have a 7mm also ordered in PRC from Hornady. It'll be the first one in the country in like a new blazer. But my 270 is my go-getter. Really,
that's the one you reach for.
Rob does also.
Yeah. That's the one
you
you
just can't fall 270.
Yeah,
you can't. It's been there for so many years.
Well, I'm about to join the club, all right?
you won't be sorry.
Disappointed. We won't be disappointed.
With the calibre or with the gun?
Well, I'm going 30-06, but the gun itself...
He had to go on better than us. He's just getting that extra inch. He was feeling a little bit insecure.
Lads, if it's Mickey Mouse now we're at, lads, we'll all have to piss here against the hedge, all right? Come here, we're going to have a little bit of breakfast now.
Yep.
Name the place again.
It's called the Brewstop.
The Brewstop. We're on our way.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Has your deer got a temperature? We've got the solution for you. Visit gamecooling.ie for a full range of game cooling and game preparation solutions. And make sure to tell them we sent you. Kick it off.
Off you go.
And we're back in the Jeep with Danielle, the owner of the Brewstop in Hackettstown. You're very welcome to the Irish Hunting Podcast.
Thank you. How are you?
We're good. We're after been out hunting with this man, and we were just discussing, Danielle, if you don't mind, I suppose we're trying to just shine a light on hunting tourism. So the advantages and the benefits of that hunting brings to, say, a community like Hackettstown. Do you see yourself, an addition to your business in terms of hunters coming in, utilising your services?
Oh, definitely. Like,
Norman.
no, 100%. Like Norman's great bringing in everyone. You know, like they're in, if it's not 7 days a week, it's at least 4, you know, and like we don't do our brunch menu every day, like we have it Wednesday to Sunday, but the lads are still happy out to come in on a Monday and Tuesday just to get a cake or coffee. And you know, they still keep me going, and I'm still there to, like, I'm not closing my door, so I'm still open to give them something, you know.
I presume like business is in general like is under pressure everywhere, you know, especially in smaller communities like here. We're from rural communities ourselves, so we see it, like there's businesses closing every day. So I suppose to have the likes of, and it's not one of the, what would you say, the mainstream, popular, well-known tourism part. Loads of people come in, all right, and see, you know, they go to the Glendalough and the usual sort of stuff. But I suppose this is we were chatting with Norman there, and he's after reeling off 10, 12 different foreign hunters are after coming over here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I suppose from a business perspective, that can only be good.
Oh, it's brilliant. And you know, like, it's not even just me, it's everyone in the town. And like, it's even great when Norman's in with the lads and other customers around and they're asking then, oh, like, what are they doing? And then they're interested, and then I'm able to tell them about what these are all doing. You know, it's even, I love just meeting the lads from all the different countries, you know, getting to talk to them. Most of them are great crack, like,
Well, it's just the laughs we have in there, I think.
Brilliant. And it's bustling. I see there's a couple of hunters just after pulling up or pulling out. One or the
hungry, they're going in here now for breakfast also.
I hand him the mic.
Brilliant. Yeah, there's a couple of...
There's hunters there from Hungary that are also part of my one of my syndicates.
Yeah.
Who are here for breakfast also. But I think that what Danielle is saying, I think you're the second or the third owner of this.
Third, yeah.
Yeah, she's like the third owner, but in like the year that she's actually ran this place, she has changed it so much. Even inside the decor, but just like her manner, like in fucking in general, like she has turned into a small little gold mine, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, the thing is, like, she's young, so like she can interact with everyone, like obviously like everyone's age. So she really turned something that was kind of going really downhill into this new big, like, open blossom now, like a business for everyone in the town.
Thank you.
That's brilliant, and look, we wish you continued success, Danielle. I suppose the reason we're trying to do is obviously hunting is another thing that's under pressure. You know, it's not seen as, we just chatted off air there, it's not seen as the, what would you say, a mainstream sport or and stuff. And what we're trying to do is try and highlight some of the positives. And Norman was saying, like, there's some of his clients, you know, they stay over here to have a few jars over in the pub next door. They come over and
come into me with a hanging head the next day. Anyway.
Yeah, I could have done with you this morning now about 4:30 this morning, because I was one of those soldiers, so I could have done with the doors being open at 4:30. So that might be a recommendation for a quick coffee to go. But look, continued success with the Brewstop. If anyone is around Hackettstown, drop in for a coffee. And we're about to go in. We've heard great things about it.
Just one thing I noticed when we first walked in, all the tables were full.
Yeah.
So it must be a good spot for breakfast. Like, you can bring whoever you want, Norman, wherever you want, but they're not going to keep on going back unless it's a good spot. So yeah, I'm going to give you honest feedback back about the breakfast
Thank
now.
you.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
So we actually done something here about 3 weeks ago over the breakfast menu. Remember the hunters?
Oh, yes.
So we have this new one called it the Hunter Combo.
Oh, very good.
Is it Hunter's Combo?
What do we call it? Oh, the Hunter Sambo.
Hunter Sambo, we call it. And everyone is smashing it at the moment.
Brilliant.
It's just going back like old school farmers type, like a breakfast and just like a sandwich, but it works.
Brilliant.
So
I see a couple more going in there. I hope they're not taking our table now, but
They possibly are.
but so that's the recommendation, the Hunter Sambo. We're going to go in and have a little try of that.
Thanks a million for
Thanks a million for taking time to come
Thanks
on.
so much.
And continue
Thank
success.
you.
All right.
And we're back in the Jeep just after leaving Norman. Well,
We had a beautiful breakfast there in the Cat.
yeah, she's a lovely lady.
Danielle.
Yeah.
Highly recommend, if you're down this neck of the woods, go in and have. It's a beautiful breakfast, beautiful spot. Hustle and bustle. Lovely.
Their white pudding was lovely.
It was delicious.
yeah, if you're down this neck of the woods, pop in, support a local business, a younger girl trying to fucking achieve better. And that's if you can get a table, mind you.
Yeah.
Place is hopping. So yeah.
What do you think of that?
First time meeting Norman. First time actually here. Look at them two dogs just sprawled out.
Yeah.
First time meeting Norman, having a chat with him. I think he's a gentleman.
Yeah, I have to say, because somebody pointed out to me that I was there. You've met him before. Why are you lying or something like that? Just one of the kind of stupid comments. I believe it or not, even though I feel like I've met him, because he's obviously so visible on Facebook and we've talked obviously on the podcast. That was my first face-to-face meeting with him. And true to form, it's one of those things, dude. We both got back in the Jeep and said, hey, you could have a few pints with him because we could talk all day and all night about hunting and stories and crack and
just slowly and surely. Like we only spent a couple of hours with him, but the more we're talking, he's done some amount of shooting.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Like right at the end, I was saying because I'm mad to go to South Africa, and he goes, "Oh, I've been there a couple of times. And what did you shoot?" And he was naming all. I was
25
like,
or 26
oh
animals.
My God.
Yeah.
And his lovely wife came down and had breakfast with us. She's a lady.
Maria.
Don't ask me names. You know what I'm like with names.
I like that. We were kind of, when we came in first, I had to apologise because I was a little bit rude. I was not intentionally. Danielle was trying to get us a table, and then we were deciding we'd have the intro and stuff, and I was rushing out. So, but yeah, Chris sat there. We bought him all day.
He actually said, before the season's over, we'll get you back down for a shot. And what did we say? I'd rather just go for a pint.
A few pints, yeah.
A few pints and fucking get to know you. Because he's a gent. Very good at his job. He is some man to move.
He's like, there's no doubt about it. He's like a billy goat man going up them. I was trying to get ahead of you at one stage. Sorry now.
Sorry, Anto's just kind of silent his phone or sticking on airplane mode. It's very unprofessional.
It is.
I'll have a word with him off air, folks.
And that's my darling son who's after ringing me 3 times.
Yeah, he can move across that. See that undulating ground? He can move across that quite quick.
Without a doubt.
He had me under pressure.
Yeah, I was under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
I was trying to video you, so I ran out in front of you, right, and then I was videoing back. And I was trying not to let him, and you'll probably still hear it in the video. I was like, so I was trying to control my breathing as well. And then wait for you to go by, and then, look, will you stop?
Sure,
that's show business, baby.
That's show business. I was trying to ask him questions to get him to stop and talk to me.
Yeah, that was good, but it was beautiful morning. What a spot.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Well, from what I've seen, and this wasn't staged by his behalf because we were actually heading to a different spot, but there was a whiteout. The ground that we went onto, big hillsides.
Yeah.
I won't say very few animals, but there wasn't a whole lot of animals.
No.
3.
That's it, yeah. So that's all we saw this morning. Like the Norman's piece of ground, there's a piece of ground that's belongs to somebody else. And we're talking about pieces of ground, we're talking about
like large pieces
like thousands of acres, you know, so in each one. And then there was another one over the far side, and like we were all glassing, and none of us could see any kind of movement, which was, it was strange, you know, because like you'd be hearing stories about this neck of the woods where it's kind of teeming with deer and stuff, and I'm sure there is areas that have large amounts, but
you could argue the point that it's been shot a bit and it has forced them out.
Yeah,
but like all the areas are being shot, so they should be moving around more. But he reckons that his numbers have gone down.
Yeah,
there on
some of the swathes of land.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed the whole. Just he's not wrong in what he said. If you're up on the hill, the sun breaking, the fog rolling around, it was nearly majestic looking, wasn't it?
I have a picture, I think, of you two guys just up in front, and there's like, you know, skyline in the background, and you'd swear like I was after airbrushing this thing or something. It's just like a
turquoise blue
light across the top of the mountains. And I was like, that looks like a postcard. You know, it looks almost not real. Do you know that way? But
frog spawn. I haven't seen frog spawn in that quantity since I was a child.
Yeah, it's huge swathes.
Do you see that out beside you?
You see a good bit of it.
As much as what you see in there?
Not as much as that now, you know.
Yeah.
But it holds ponds of water quite well up there, doesn't it?
And even the bird songs, the bird songs, the
birds chirping
yeah, but what are they called?
sounds.
I'm losing the ability to speak here. Songbirds, Jesus Christ, songbirds up on the hillside.
And we rose a snipe as well on the way back out.
Yeah,
And the 4 unicorns.
yeah, there was 4 white horses there. They're very busy.
I didn't see a bar of them. I was literally walking by them, and you guys pointed out, oh, there's 4 white horses just right there. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, start to finish. Had a right bit of crack. We had a right bit of crack in the Jeep going up, and like that, it's good to. I think it's good that we get another perspective on hunting from time to time, because we're all looking at it from, our view. There's a man there's huge amount of money goes into that thing. There's
Into the local area.
Yeah,
From hunting, no, there is. Talking to that girl off air, she was saying no, like he brings in a lot of business in there.
yeah,
But not only that, we're blessed enough that we get to go around and meet different types of hunters, the boys from the Deer Managing You, and we get to see a load of different perspectives. And no one is right and no one is wrong.
no,
They're just different perspectives. Like I told Norman, like out straight, years ago I would have thought the lads with these young swades, but when you actually understand what he's doing, he lays out everything for you. It's actually very, very reasonable for what he's doing. Because every other country has got commercial shooting, and we avail of it.
So like we can't be really averse to it. But well, you can of course be adverse to it. You can have the opinion that it shouldn't be, if that's your perspective.
But he's also entitled.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a set of rules there that once everyone's obeying the rules, you can't have an argument.
No.
There's leases there. They're available to
anybody.
So it's whoever gets the lease. So it's a fair system. It's as fair as it can be.
Yeah.
Because we talked to him, you would think that there would be, say, like, I don't know, maybe if you were with Quilch, you'd have some sort of like, favoritism. And he said, no, it's just every year you have to go back in, apply for the same tenders.
Every 5 years, yeah.
Every term, rather. You have to go back in and do the process all over again. So, like, that's as fair as you're going to really get, isn't it? Where it's put out to the public. If you don't like it, you can bid for it or whatever.
Yeah. I wish him all the best.
Yeah,
because the people he's bringing in,
I could actually see, dude, like, if I was coming, like, from our perspective, we've been lucky enough to go over to Tom and over in the UK and stuff, and we've had a great time over there. We go over to the guys in Hungary, we have a great time over there, and they make us feel welcome, and I can visualize myself as a foreign hunter coming in here, and I would enjoy hunting with him.
Yeah.
I would. Now, I was saying this to him because we were all talking about, like, we've kind of kindred spirits in terms of our backgrounds and stuff, and how we like, we all did martial arts and all that kind of stuff, and then it hunted, and we're almost, and I mean this, Norman's not here now, but he'll probably laugh at this, but there is a tinge of, ADHD or OCD off all of us, you know what I'm saying? Because that's why we're very, focused on what we're doing. But so like he's like a Duracell bunny, man. He's just like, you could, the energy off him, and it's a positive energy, So you can see why people are drawn to come back to hunt with him.
But if anyone was going with him, Hackettstown was actually a lovely little spot. Everyone knows everyone. And did you notice how many hunters there were, besides from us, in that calf?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. So it's like that. It has that kind of a real country feel about it. You know what I mean? Where it's not like if we walked into a cafe, for argument's sake, and Salon's dressed and all this,
they'd be looking at you.
You'd be kind of, geez, lads, here we go. You know what I mean?
No one batted an eyelid at us in there.
It was just like, all right, yeah. Are you all right? Yeah. Everyone's in there. And we were walking out, and I think there was another couple of hunters after coming in.
Yeah. There was Hungarian lads actually
Yeah.
who Norman knows them. He has them over, and they were in there. Didn't get chatting to them now, but it's good. I think it's brilliant to see. I'd love to do like some sort of analysis on how much money is generated from hunting,
Yeah. I know that they're trying to get that all kind of.
even just through one outfit, like a big outfitter like him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like you can. It's going to be a tasty number that drags in with all the peripheral stuff.
Yeah,
You know.
and the stuff we're not even thinking of.
Yeah. I like that. Even this morning, we were up there, like the cafe there. There's probably 6 or 7 lads there through Norman there this morning. There's, that alone.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more. There was 4. There's 2 behind us and us 4. So there's, 15. You're in double figures there, of a morning. So that's brilliant to see. I think there's room. And similar to yourself, I would have had opinions that there's large swathes of land being eaten up by.
Right, now I'll argue 2 sides of this, right?
Yeah.
An outfitter swallowing up huge portions of land. That's okay. I won't say that's okay. I don't have that's his business. He needs that for changing weather. I need to give that piece less pressure because there's a client coming over looking for a specific.
Yeah.
I understand that. But an individual, like a hobbyist hunter, like me, swallowing up huge portions of land.
Yeah. And if
That's a different story.
Yeah, if you're not
If you're not using it and managing it.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Like
that's
he's
fair point.
keeping his numbers down.
Yeah, because he's
on
hunting
that land,
it. Yeah,
because he's hunting it. But if I have fucking 20,000 acres, me, Robert, I'm never going to be able to do that.
No. And
No.
we'd hunt a good bit, dude. Like I'd say we would be the average hobbyist
The average
hunter.
hunter,
Would we?
yeah.
So like, yeah, I know I can see that point, and I was going to counter it myself from that perspective. It was like because that would have been a perspective I would have had in general. I didn't kind of differentiate between the two.
Yeah.
So like now as we go down there, and we're lucky enough that we've got to meet these people, so we can kind of form educated opinions on it now. Where you get and see it, you see you talk to the local people. So now you can form kind of like a better perspective, I think, on it. I hope.
Now, if I'm wrong, push back at me, buddy.
I 100%, dude. That was like that. I was saying that was my original thought process. I didn't differentiate between any was just
Commercial shooters,
just hunters and then $100 plays of land. Now there will be, I'm sure, on the other side of that, and I'm going to argue it on that behalf. If there's people out there that would be of the opinion that no, commercial outfitters shouldn't be here. They should be kind of free to hunt as we please. There will be people with.
There's always going to be
with
different sets of opinions. Can we lower the heating? This is like a sweatbox.
What would you say about that?
About people.
With that opinion, like if we have the debate, I suppose.
If those people have never hunted in a different country,
yeah, that's fair game.
Then it's the same.
Yeah.
They might say, "Oh, I went hunting, but it was with a friend of mine in a different country." Grand, but the option is still there. I don't have any friends, so I can't go to another. I have to go to an outfitter if I want to chase medium or large size game in other countries.
Yeah.
So I personally, I don't have a problem with commercial shooting, as in guided shooting. No, and I also don't have a problem with large swathes of lands in leases where there's a good group of lads.
Yeah.
Hunting.
Now, do I think that should be regulated, as in the quantity of outfitters that should be allowed? I probably think there should be, dude.
I think that game in itself, right,
will regulate itself.
Will regulate it because it is a hard number. There's not a whole lot of people that will give the upfront outlay in terms of cost out to set up and then get up every day in all types of climates and bring clients. Remember, when you meet a client, you got to be smiling every day.
That's a good point. And there's also the point then of, the financial input and to do it, like Norman was talking about, the insurances and
All of that. That's
all that kind of stuff.
the outlay.
So that'll probably dictate that little.
And then there is only so many large pieces of land
Suitable for that
type of game.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't be rushing out to regulate anything, because once you start regulating stuff, there's extra money involved.
No, I know that. I just like, because I'm trying to give a debate from the other side.
Yeah, and I like this.
This is not my personal opinion. I'm just giving
Debate away, baby.
I'm trying to figure.
And you're smarter than me. You're going to win this.
It's gas because I'm going to get hammered, because if we don't ask a question, or why don't you just ask this or whatever. So I'm trying to give that perspective. But yeah, like, I know in a lot of people's heads, what would the fear would be that all the land in the country will be swallowed up eventually by outfitters. Do you know what I'm saying?
The landowner.
No, I know that, but
fully holds the rights.
But money will.
Oh, money
will
talk.
Anyway, I know.
Anyway,
yeah.
But if I rock into your farmer and say, "Here's 30 grand. I'll give you 30 grand a year if you let me shoot," and the other lad gets,
Bye, Robert.
I guarantee you're gone.
Bye, Anthony. Yeah. No, that's the side. But what my point is, I think that there'll be a lot of people disappointed if it was to go further down there. Like, because there's more outfitters now today than there was when we started the podcast. Even, do you know what I'm saying? So there is, those numbers are increasing.
Yeah.
So there will be, in some areas, I presume, people who hunted on various bits of land for long periods of time, years and years and years. And I presume there's people out there that have lost that land to outfitters.
Most of the outfitting is done through the likes of quail leases
and stuff, yeah.
So,
yeah, but there would be large hillsides owned by farmers and stuff as well. Do you know? Look, and that's the other side of it. This is we live in a democratic. It's not a communist or socialist state. That's what we've chosen to.
If you're asking me about regulating of anything, I would say regulate the knowledge that's needed to be a good guide. Like, we're lucky enough, Norman is full of knowledge, Yanis and Ursula full of knowledge, but like, you can get a cowboy that sets up a business. Now that should be fucking regulated.
Well, that's what I mean. So there has to be some sort of, and I don't think.
And there's lots of other. They're just the two we know
personally. Yeah, of course. There's some very, very good outfitters all around the country, but yeah, that's the thing. I think that maybe should be looked at. Then that it would be, what would you say, a little bit more controlled. Like, what's to stop me and you setting up an outfitting business today?
I wouldn't do it.
No, but I'm just saying, what would be the impediments?
Like I said, I think naturally, you're all right, Left. I think naturally that job in itself, you have to be a certain type of person, because that would ruin the sport for me.
No, I know, but take the personal. I'm just taking us two Joe Soaps. Like I'm sure there's cowboys out there.
Financially, you'd be restrained.
Well, if I have a piece of ground to shoot, and I just put an advert on Facebook and say, right, I want to bring a couple of clients of the UK or whatever.
That one piece of ground would want to produce serious animals, because you can bring over a couple of clients, and if you don't produce, and you need a large piece of good ground to produce and constantly produce.
No, I think you're missing my point.
Okay, go. There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
Right now, setting up. But what I'm saying, what will hinder you, you can set up, but you won't fucking last.
No, that's the. I don't think if I'm a cowboy, I'm going to be really, really too worried about whether I last or not. If I get, I'm obviously going to do this for quick financial gain. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's lads advertising to be outfitters out there, just literally bringing lads out. They probably have no insurance. They probably have no permissions in a lot of the cases. They probably have no.
Oh, yeah, well, that's illegal. I'm talking about setting up a proper business.
No, that's my point though. But like, there's, even if I went to the thing and said, right, I could set up a legitimate business. It cost me 200, 250 quid to set up a business.
Yeah.
Anthony Grogan Outfitters. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, Anthony Grogan may or may not have qualifications. Do you know what I'm saying?
But that's why I said I would regulate that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's there's no.
But the number of outfitters, I wouldn't regulate that.
Would you not?
If you want to give that a go,
Yeah.
you give that a go.
No,
See if
I
you
will
last.
not be now. Like, I don't want any more land to shoot.
Yeah.
Never mind going trying to garner land to bring other people out. I like my own shooting. I'm not so keen about seeing everyone else enjoying theirs.
Yeah.
No,
But there are people who,
do you know what I mean? Like,
who get a buzz off
yeah.
bringing people out.
And look, I'm being facetious there, but I do, like, when you go out and shoot an animal, I'm absolutely, like, this morning, I'm buzzing, you know?
Yeah.
But what I mean is, repetitively, no.
Oh, but like,
I have to get my own kicks, man. you
yeah,
know?
but like the likes of Norman, Yanis, those people,
They
like,
live
I
for it,
see it in
yeah.
their face.
Yeah.
They're over the moon when they put you on something.
Yeah,
The lads in Hungary,
absolutely. No, it's.
I'd be like that for about a week, and then I'd be like, it's raining, I'm not going out.
I messed with Norman there earlier. I said it was a calling. I genuinely think there is
A bit of a calling.
It is, dude,
Yeah.
because it's like, you know what I mean. There's a difference between having your mate out and enjoying him, watching him hunt something, or, you know what I'm saying, or if you're bringing a new hunter out and you've seen it you'll get that, you know. But the repetitive nature of having to bring somebody out and having to, like, we were talking there. I mean, he was saying, you know, what we were asked off air was, do you entertain? And he said, like, we had to take it back because there were things I didn't even think about. We're doing this 7 days a week. So if you're bringing, you know, a client out for 2 or 3 pints every night and a feed, like, that's a whole job in itself, the entertainment side.
Do you know where I seen that? Was in the UK, because the boys were coming out with us all the time.
Yeah.
And even though they were busy trying to set up stuff the next day, so it came to a point where I said, lads, you don't have to come out for dinner with us tonight. I know
Yeah.
you are busy. And you could see them. Yeah, no, I'm something else.
Yeah.
Grand. So,
But do you know what I mean? That is,
yeah.
it's a genuine, I would say, it's another facet to the, like, you're hunting with somebody from the daybreak till,
And you can't like everyone.
no, I'm sure there's,
People that just rub you up the wrong
Yeah.
way and you still have to be smiling. And
especially in that gig, dude, there's probably people who are demanding, like, you know what I mean? You know, maybe disappointed if they don't get on an animal. I presume that happens, and or the right animal, or the animal that they had in their mind, or
yeah,
Or-
now, see the likes of that. I blow a gasket at.
I would see. That's what I'm saying.
If I put them on an animal, are you happy enough to shoot that? Yeah. And then they shoot it, go up to it and go, oh no, I want it longer. Really? Buddy,
Yeah.
you could see it.
Yeah,
You were asked, were you happy? Don't give out to me now.
yeah, and
Can't relive this thing.
that whole thing about, like, he was telling us about clients giving out about, oh, like, you never told me about the weather. Huh? Stop now. Do you know what I
So
mean?
you know where you are.
Yeah.
It's Ireland, buddy.
You get 360 days of rain. You get 5 days of light mist.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so, like, there's a whole. See, I wouldn't be great with dealing with the whole
Oh.
commercial side of the public. You know, dealing with the public and stuff.
But that was another now fold or wrinkle in our face of learning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another aspect. I really enjoyed that.
I learned what I'm not going to be doing.
Yeah.
All right.
You'd want serious commitment to do that. But he's a gentleman. If anyone's listening and fancies a hunt in Ireland, he's predominantly bringing in foreign hunters,
Yeah.
like different nationalities.
Yeah.
Jump on.
Yeah.
He's going to the stalking show.
The Stockton
UK.
Show, the 11th and 12th of April, I think that's on.
Yeah.
And we are going to get over to the Stockton Show. Not this year. We're going to have to plan that for next year. Because with everything that went on this year, we just didn't have the time. But I think we're going to get more. We're going to get more focused, aren't we?
More professional.
Aren't we, Robert?
Yeah,
We are, Robert.
we are. Because we're, I know we keep saying it, this is just out of love of the sport that we do this. Like, we normally do it driving to and from hunting,
Yeah.
you know, and it's more for newer, it's for everyone. I hope you like it, but it's more to get young blood into the sport. Yeah, show them
Absolutely.
the good aspects of it.
Absolutely.
Because it actually costs us money,
It sure does, my man.
you know,
And time.
and time.
A lot of it.
But look, I enjoy
So,
it.
yeah, and we hope you guys are listening, keep enjoying it. If it comes to the stage where people are not, we'll hang up the microphones. But as I say, the reason we do it is to try and shine So there'll be loads of people here now, I guarantee you. So as we're not dealing with negative stuff, we just want to try and cut it to pass. Loads of people trying to, the negative side and all that kind of thing, right? But here's the thing. We're here just to shine a light on what's happening. This is happening, all of it. Be it DMUs, be it outfitters, be it, and we're going to talk about gun licensing, I think, on the next one.
Yeah.
So all that's happening. All we're doing is, shine a light on it. Here's what's happening. And we're trying to keep it positive, trying to keep the positive side. Because if it's happening, it's going to happen anyway. So let's try and focus on how we can improve it, how can we collectively, if we need to put pressure on something collectively in a positive manner, not in a negative or illegal manner, or just getting on and saying this is stupid and no solutions, I think that's the way we all work together to make a better future for our sport and for our kids who are coming into sport.
Yeah, like we touch on a load of aspects of all the field sports: dogs, horses, birds, fishing, like deer stalking. And what I've noticed over the last couple of years is we're very fractured as a hunting community.
Yeah.
So, like, chimps together are strong. You ever see that?
Me chimp, yeah.
Yeah. So, if we all stay fractured, we're not going to have a united voice.
And we had this debate only the other day with a couple of lads, and it's like that, this is wrong. Grant, okay, I hear you, that is a valid solution. What is the solution?
Yeah.
So you can't keep saying, oh, see that crowd over, they're doing it wrong. Okay, well then what are you doing over here?
Yeah.
That's so right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like, absolutely, I'm all for, we'd always have a saying in work, always, like, don't come to me with a fucking problem, come with a solution. And I don't mean that in a, but like, absolutely, come with the problem, but also be thinking of how can we fucking solve this, because
Solve it for the collective, not for
the
Anthony
individual or Robert
yeah.
and that's what we all need to be doing. So yeah, I think we're going to leave that on that very
we went
positive.
on a bit of a rant there, didn't we?
But it was a positive rant, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll keep it on that. So next week we're going to talk about, because I'm going through the gun licensing process at the minute, and I want to talk a little bit about that, how we went about it, how we are dealing with our local FO, and the relationship in terms of, how we lay out our application and the process and all that kind of stuff.
Kind of gone through the application for night vision scope.
Same scenario. So,
and we might even touch on sections. We'll see where it goes. But
yeah,
for anyone who's starting out, the best way to go about applying for a firearms license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Over now,
buddy.